What is up, PMP? This is MapCRim oNCobRa here for a battle for you guys. This battle is versus Mulvone19. He PM'd me on Skype like, yo, you want a battle? And I'm like, sure. And he's like, well, I'm gonna owe you, horror. And I'm like, well, that's cool. I'm gonna use a fucking Butterfree. And yeah, so I use a Butterfree. This team is actually the Space Club team. It's basically just a bunch of people who I usually hang out with in Skype and shit. So yeah. So I go for the sleep pattern, and of course he switches into some fucking shit with a Lumberry, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And he ends up going for a Dragon Dance, and I'm like, that's cool. I went for a Butterfly Dance because I'm majestic and awesome and pretty and a fucking Butterfree. So yeah. So I went for a second Butterfly Dance here because I do have the Focus Sash, which is sexy. And, I take the Outrage and go for a second Butterfly Dance. Now, I knew I was faster, but I didn't think I'd kill it with a Bug Buzz, so I was like, well, just to be safe, I'll go for a Sleep Powder, just in case, I don't kill it or shit, or some shit. So, yeah, so he switches out, goes into his, Infernape again, and I use Bug Buzz, which Infernape Quad resists, so that kind of blows, because it was just, now I can't do shit. So, since obvious Mach Punch was obvious, I go into fucking Naranagi, and damn it, this fucking Dragonite is a beast. Okay, Naranagi, your Dragonite is the best fucking Dragonite set ever. Ever. So, yeah, he switches out to his fucking Swampert, and I'm like, well, Thunder Wave doesn't do shit, obviously. And, yeah, I just go into Butterfree. I was actually predicting Stealth Rocks or some shit, but he ends up just going for Ice Beam, and I'm like, that's fine, it's Death Fodder, it wasn't really gonna do anything anyways. So, yeah. So now I send it myself because I'm just fucking awesome and sexy like that. And I go for a Coil. And, since this is a Swampert and, and it did have Ice Beam, I'm guessing it's one of those, like, defensive Swamperts and shit. So I knew the Earthquake wouldn't do jack motherfucking anything. And yeah, so he switches, go into his fucking Terrakion. I predicted a switch into something and I just went for Gunk Shot. Unfortunately that is not very effective and shit. But, it's whatever. So since I do have a Coil, and I am a defensive Arbok, I was pretty sure I'd live this Earthquake, which I do barely. And I go for another fucking Gunk Shot. Now, this one crits, which is... It mattered, but it didn't matter at the same time. Like, it mattered for the fact that I killed it, and I wouldn't have killed it, but I do have the Sucker Punch. But, if I did use Sucker Punch on the Terrakion, he obviously wouldn't send an Azelf. So, I will say it mattered in that case, because he wouldn't take a shit ton of damage from Sucker Punch. I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't kill, but, whatever. It's Arbok, what can you do? So yeah, figuring that this was actually choiced since it wasn't a lead and it didn't have leftovers of Life Orb, I just send in Sharpedo to get, immune to Psychic and shit. And I go for a Waterfall. Swampert takes the Waterfall kind of better than I hoped, and I just went for a second Waterfall, hoping for a flinch, and I kind of thought I'd live this Earthquake anyways, but I guess I didn't, so that kind of sucks. I don't know if that's min-max damage or just Sharpedo is just that crappy. So here's the sexiness where it starts. Okay, so I sent an Evire, and I know you guys are like, lol, Evire. But I predicted the switch into either his Azelf or his Zapdos, and went for the Ice Punch, which fucking punches the Zapdos right in the motherfucking beak. And since Electivire is faster than his Zapdos, I do get to 2 KO it with fucking Ice Punch, and I know you guys are like, what the fuck, Electivire killed something. And now he sends in an Azelf, and I'm like, you send in Azelf? Well, I'm gonna fucking slap your shit with Quick Attack, bitch! Get wrecked by Evire, dude. Okay, Electivire is OU now. Just cause of this. Alright, Evire is sexy. Alright, so, he sends in fucking Wild Chase, or Derp Chase, I guess, whatever. Gets a crit CC on my Dragonite, and it does nothing! Holy fuck! This thing is so epic! Okay, so, yeah, so now he switches out to his fucking Ononakusu, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll just Dragon Claw that shit. And, almost kills it, but it doesn't. And, since, sleep turns reset and shit, so he's for sure gonna be asleep at least one turn, so I'm like, okay, that's cool, and I just Dragon Claw that bitch to death. And yeah. Ononakusu, or Haxorus, and, another name for it, is dead! Which is sexy. So, yeah, now he sends in Swampert, and I'm like, okay, Swampert, I knew an Ice Beam was coming, and I was pretty sure I wasn't gonna kill it with a Dragon Claw since no attack EVs and shit. Which I don't, but, since Dragonite is such a motherfucking beast, I live the Ice Beam, which is sexy, and that was without multi-skill and shit. So, yeah. And, Dragon Claw just gets to, kill it. Or Dragonite gets to kill it, whatever. So, he sends in his last poke, which is his, Wild Chase, or Derp Chase, whatever the fuck, it's an Infernape. Except, it's not Wild Chase unless it's Choice Bandage, just saying. But whatever. Yeah, it goes for a Flare Blitz. I don't die because I'm just, like I've said like 5 times before, Dragonite's sexy, and I go for a Thunder Wave just because I can. And since I didn't use the entire Space Glove in this battle, I wanted to use Rev, so I end up sitting in Revolution X 1600, and Mach Punch to the face. I don't really care. If you guys are wondering why it's a fucking Heatran and not a Golduck, because duh, it's Donald. Whatever. Um, his Heatran. If you guys don't know his Heatran is just a motherfucking beast, and I hate it. I hate it with a passion. So that's the reason why I named it after Heatran. So, yeah, I get to kill his Infernape, and yeah, that's good game. And yeah, that was a 3-0. So good game, Mulvone19, Mulvone19 or Mulvone16. I think it's 19, 16, 19. I don't know. It's one of those two numbers. He actually made a D-Max intro, which is really sexy intro. Just saying. He also made my intro too, so he's kind of cool. So you guys should check him out. And yeah, so that's the battle. And comment, rate, subscribe. I'll see you guys.